I'm supposed to record some kind of audio. And you know, people are telling me I'm a noob at this. I don't get that. Like, I'm really good at stuff. I'm really smart, and I'm not just a noob. So what do I do here?
Well, you could always ask the doctor, Rigby, because I am not a noob. I am a pro.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Noob. Today I have with me Jared.
What's up, Robert? I didn't know we were covering a Lois Lane book today.
That will cause you to be rageful. Actually, no. A Trinity book would cause you to be. A Tom King Wonder Woman would cause you to be Hulk raged.
That would cause me to be Red Hulk rage.
That's
World Breaker Hulk.
I was going to say World Breaker Hulk.
That's World Breaker Hulk, my brother.
Yeah, then again, Red Hulk would be the heat too, though.
Yeah, but World Breaker Hulk, I think, accurately portrays the rage I feel.
That's true, but yeah, we recently lost Peter David, and that
R.I.P.
Similar George Perez, which I'll bring that up on the next video, but at least with Perez, he was in hospice. You knew his time was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, you hoped for the best. It wasn't likely, but you hoped for it, and boy, did Marvel screw him. DC to a point, but mostly Marvel.
Mostly Marvel, and I love I love where Marvel did a tweet honoring.
Oh,
Peter
everyone
David.
called him out.
Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Wait a minute here."
Basically, anyone who was on our exclusive called him out.
Yeah, or it's like even people that, as far as I know, never worked for Marvel, like Aaron Sparrow, but are like, "You screwed him over. What are you talking about?"
Everyone knows he did. They did because. Again, DC. Now, to be fair, in the case of DC, he was not a creator, for example, of Young Justice, so he never got royalties for that.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta make that very clear. He was the main writer, but he was not the creator.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm sure that would got him a lot of royalties from DC.
Mm-hmm.
Can we agree to that? Like, yeah. If he was a creator, he wasn't, unfortunately, because that would have helped him. Mm-hmm. But Marvel is the one that used more of his work.
Mm-hmm.
And did fuck all to help him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I still am theorizing when it came to smart Hulk. I have a feeling they used a loophole. They first claimed to Peter, "Oh, we're doing the Bill Mantlo Smart Hulk," and they told Bill Mantlow's estate, "Oh, we're using Peter David Professor Hulk," and just canceled each other out.
So they didn't have to pay royalties either.
That's my guess. Because
that sounds like a Marvel thing.
I mean, I could be exaggerating, but yeah, we'll be doing a take 2 on Hulk the End. Got my copy right here, and
I got it.
Yep. No, signed by Peter and the inker. I still have not yet to have Dale Keown sign this.
Of course, you have it signed, Robert. Of course.
I only met the man once, and I always wanted to meet him again. Always wanted to have an interview with him. Never could.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was the first of the End books. And actually, it's based off of a short story, because Peter David was a novelist, too.
Mm-hmm.
It was based off of a short story he did called The Last Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And this was basically an adaptation of that. And of course, he got Dale Keown to do the artwork.
Yep, that works.
And this was the first of the End books. Mm-hmm. In fact, when they did this, they didn't have any others for a couple years.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but eventually it became its own brand. But yeah, gotcha. Master of all I survey. That's me. So quiet. I never get used to that. All the sounds I took for granted. Cars honking, bacon sizzling on a griddle, children crying, nails on a chalkboard, a phone ring, other voices. I've forgotten what they all sound like. I think I know, but I'm not sure. But they're almost like ghosts, phantom reminders of a life long gone. Sometimes it's hard for me to believe there even was a life before the existence I now know. That any of it was real. Because the only reality I know is this. The daily tedium, the endless journey across an unchangeable tableau, with the occasional side trip into Pasos, courtesy of my neighbors. But the neighbors have been quiet lately. Perhaps I'll be able to end my day in peace. That would be nice. Every so often, I speak my name aloud. Bruce. Just to see what it sounds like. If I'm really ambitious, I'll even say a few sentences, just to give the vidbot something different to record. Sky glowed green today at sunset. Oh, look at that!
Yeah, I love that image.
It does that often these days. I can sit and watch it for hours, because when it vanishes and darkness falls upon me, it's still embedded in my mind. My name's Bruce Banner. I'm over 200 years old. I think. I feel cold. I should be dying very soon. I want to. God in heaven, I want to. But he won't let me. He never feels cold. Or love. Or anything except anger. Banner! Puny Banner! Still feel him rattling around in Hulk's head. Was out for a while. Doing stupid, puny human things. Why won't Banner leave Hulk alone? Why does Banner still stay with Hulk? No matter what. Doesn't Banner know that Hulk hates him more than anyone? More than Leader. More than Abomination. Hulk hates Banner! And Hulk hates the little floaty thing. Hulk would smash it if Hulk could catch it. And bugs. And Hulk hates bugs. But Banner most of all. They called World War I the big one. The war to end all wars. The irony of that, of course, they had no idea what was awaiting them. World War II ushered in the atomic age. When Truman dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it was a rather spectacular bluff. The U.S. had only 2 bombs, Fat Man and Little Boy. It would have taken months to produce more. Months during which, for all we know, the Japanese would have mounted a counteroffensive. But instead, the Japanese saw the terrible might at the disposal of their opponents and surrendered. They knew, I suspect, that horrible things that had been unleashed and hoped that it would never again see the light of day. One might argue that their surrender was honorable. There is no honor left in the world. There is no world. I haven't traveled the entire world, you understand, just my part of it. Enough to satisfy me. I've traveled the length and breadth of the United States, explored the North American continent, up into Canada, down into Mexico, past leveled mountains and destroyed monuments, down into South America, where riverbeds were long dried and the remains of the rainforest were wilted and dying. I lived in Vegas for a time, or more accurate, the Hulk did, posing under the guise of Mr. Fix-It. He operated as a leg breaker at a casino. For a time, it seemed that my life was filled with nothing but change. Yet the more I changed, the more I stayed the same. Now nothing changes. I used to wear foot coverings, but my feet became so hard and callous that a nail gun could penetrate my soles by now. I still have a pronounced limb from the leg break, which never healed properly. I need no protection from the sun, for the haze hangs in the air as a shield. As the only man in the world, I needn't worry about clothes, but a shred of remaining propriety prompts minimal clothing. And I also shave every few days, just so I don't have the maestro's face staring back at me should I catch a passing reflection. But there's still traces of radiation in the air. That never bothers me particularly. My molecular structure, even in its human form, is just a sponge for it now. Has been for years. My poor body may be heir to the other frailties of humanity, but from rats, at least, I remain immune. I would have died long ago of starvation were it not for his ability to ingest virtually anything and turn into pure energy. Not since the shark has there been such a perfect engine of survival. I am the weak piston in that engine. I tremble a good deal these days. Might be Parkinson's, might just be nerves. And then suddenly, the rest of me is shaking. Not just the hands, but my legs, and even the ground. That's when I realize they're after me. I always knew when they are, because the ground trembles beneath their feet as they march. They approach, moving in a mass like a black, undulating carpet. And the Hulk isn't coming. Instead, he hides somewhere within me, reveling in the weakness. Perhaps he wants to hear me beg. I don't want to beg. I want to die. But I fight to live out of habit. The ground is nearly as brittle as I am, flat and dry and inhospitable to most any sorts of life. Nevertheless, I start to run. I don't glance back because I know the black wave is coming. The vidbot floats behind me leisurely, taking it all in. If I survive, then I'll be interested in watching the outcome. If not, well, so much the better. Then I hear something, like a rustling of plastic wings clicking against hollow bodies. Now I do glance back, and I see them coming, but they're not skittering along. Oh no, not at all. They're flying. The bastards are flying now. Scientists always said that the only thing that would likely be around after it all came to an end would be the cockroaches. From an evolutionary standpoint, they were the ideal survivors. But they have to be did they have to be this damn correct? In the past, when they attacked the Hulk, it was always by surprise, when he was sleeping or something like that. Now, though, there's no escaping him, asleep or awake, Banner or Hulk. They swarm towards me. How ludicrous I must appear, running faster and faster across the scorched plain, my skinny arms pumping, my feet swapping on the parched ground. Then I feel something go in my calf, a muscle spasm. But at my age, that's all it takes. I go down hard. I can practically hear the brittle snapping of the bones. I roll on the ground, but I don't feel the agony that must be there. Maybe I'm in shock. Get up! My mind screamed, and it's not my voice doing so, but his. My breath is ragged in my chest. I don't know whether it's in my imagination or whether they're really making some sort of swarming noise, like locusts and chittering. And oh God, they almost caught up to me. They're coming in. They can feel the change. He's coming, and I'm going to live. Damn him to hell. Bugs everywhere. Bugs attacking Hulk. Want to hurt Hulk. People all gone, and still Hulk is not left alone. Bugs all over Hulk. Hulk pushes them off, crushes them. Hulk's fingers are thick with crushed bugs, but Hulk crushes 10, and in hundreds more come. They rip at Hulk's skin. Hulk is strongest one there is, but millions of bugs everywhere. They would have killed Beauty Banner, and they're trying to kill Hulk. Nothing can stop Hulk. Nothing can hurt Hulk, but they are hurting Hulk everywhere. Arms, legs, crawling all over. Why won't they leave Hulk alone? Why won't they leave Hulk alone? Holy mother of God. What do you think of this so far?
I love it. I love the storyline.
Yeah, just look at that. Again, look at this artwork.
Dale Keown is a fantastic Hulk artist.
One of the best. Gary Frank is up there too.
Yeah, and Ed McGuinness is also real.
Oh yeah, anyone who draws the bulky Hulks.
Yeah, anyone that knows how to draw really jacked people is fantastic.
McFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
Tom McFarlane even.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I watched the playback on the VidBot and still can't quite believe it. Lauren knows I've seen it before, but it still staggers credibility. I remember a century ago when the supertanker spilled oil all over the coast of Alaska, and there were pictures of animals, poor helpless animals covered with oil. I felt so sorry for the unfortunate beasts. That's what the Hulk looks like in the playback, except that the oil slick is alive. I watch him roar and howl and shout things in almost inarticulate fury. Watch as he's consumed by them. Given any single foe or any group of foes, and the Hulk was always able to triumph. But trying to beat back a bug attack, it's like trying to fight the surf. For all the good it does you to battle it, you might as well not try at all. Credit the Hulk, he does try. He fights, he squirms, he howls. And eventually the bugs grow tired or sated or bored. Whatever, just as they always do. The attacks cease. The bugs depart. Whoa. You'd think I'd be used to it by now, but I'd be able to look at the remains of a bug attack on the Hulk with clinical and passion. I always believed that right before my stomach wrenches. The Hulk's stomach might react the same way. If he still had a hot stomach, that is. Look at that!
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Brutal.
He's barely recognizable as anything remotely humanoid. They stripped away his skin, chewed up his muscular, got them partway into his circulatory system. As near as I can tell, one of his kidneys has been eaten away, and roughly a yard of his lower intestines. Both eyes are gone, and his tongue as well. I can tell because he's not saying any word at this point, merely running unintelligibly. This looks like a bad one. It's going to take him a while to recover. At least the bugs have no taste for inanimate matter, such as clothing, or I'd always need to find new outfits after an attack. So, Vidbot, give me a real-time elapse count, please. On my mark. And mark. Science, the art of discovery, the skill of observing an amazing process and reporting your findings to your peers, accepting their accolades. Except the only peers I ever had wore gaudy skin-tight costumes, and most of them wouldn't have understood even the simplest formula I could have shared with them. Oh, sure, there were exceptions, like Tony and Reed, but most of them wouldn't have known an accolade from a Gatorade. Anyway, they're long gone now. Time check. 2 minutes. The Hulk has managed the following repairs. The skin is reknitting itself onto the skeleton. His tongue has grown back in the steady stream of an invective around about the world in general, and me in particular, was the tip-off of that little development. Time check. 11 minutes. His eyes have just grown back in. Curious that the eyes always take so long. Perhaps because the eyes are the windows to the soul, and the Hulk is a soulless monster? Science and philosophy. A dangerous mix. 17 minutes. Just before the lining of his belly was restored, I saw his intestines reinserting themselves. His healing process is almost like watching a film of a disemboweling being running backwards. Call it. 18 minutes, he's fully healed. And he's not in a good mood. He snarls something that I can't quite make out, and then he leaps for it, just as he's done so many times in the past. The device is elegant in its simplicity, capable of detecting any motion coming its way and keeping a distance 10 feet between itself and harm. Solar powered, it would take nothing less than the destruction of the entire world to put an end to the Vidbot. For all I know, even Armageddon might not be enough to finish the Hulk. Hulk hates stupid floating globe. Hulk hates beauty powder. Hulk hates stupid bugs. And Hulk hates how much it hurts when when body regrows. Hulk hates world. But at least Hulk's enemy are gone. Stupid men, stupid women, always trying to hurt Hulk. Stupid boy, Rick is gone. And Betty is gone. Her father, the shouting man, is gone. All gone. All gone. And Hulk is still here. Hulk at last laugh, and Hulk will keep laughing, because Hulk is strongest one there is. I'll be damned. It's still here. When the government proposed the Costume Adventurers Memorial Park after all the casualties during the Hell on Earth War, I never thought it actually happened, much less last. But it did. There all lays to rest here. Those who fell during Hell on Earth, and then those in the Outer World War. Even those who just went up from old age are all here. All gone. And none of them lived to see. After everything they went through to protect humans from alien enemies, from evil forces who wanted to enslave or eliminate mankind, none of them lived to see mankind fall beneath the one enemy humans were helpless before. Other humans. But he saw. Not only that, but he derived a sort of grim satisfaction from it, as if somehow seeing mankind destroying itself was some sort of validation of the opinion he'd held for so long. The Hulk didn't care that the initial bombings were the result of terrorists attacking outside government mandates. He didn't care that no one wanted war, but that retaliation was the only possible response. He didn't care that it all spiraled out of control. He didn't care about millions upon millions of innocent people dying. He didn't care that the remaining heroes, the defenders of mankind, died in those blasts, just as did their villainous opponents, because nuclear holocaust doesn't care about good guys and bad guys. He cared about two things and two things only: about being the strongest one there is and being left alone. It never struck the Hulk as unusual that others died of old age while he kept going. Somehow to him it seemed right. It was his healing ability, of course, which repaired damage to his body at an accelerated rate. And to mine, albeit somewhat more slowly and far less efficiently. And all the radiation being released from the last World War, why, it made him all the stronger. He didn't care about that either, though. The noise of the explosion, however, and the cries of the dead and the dying, those things bothered him. Whether they offended his sense of order or jabbed at his consciousness, or just served as an annoyance, I really couldn't say. All I know is that he wanted to distance himself from it. So as he had so many times before, he returned to New Mexico, to the place of his birth, to the Gamma Cave. and he sealed us in. And there we stayed until all the shouting died down, not using much energy, and so not requiring much in the way of sustenance. There was a natural spring running through the cave, although I suspect that it was contaminated by radiation. Not that that bothered the Hulk, of course, although it, along with the free-floating rats, had a slow, visible effect on him. I have no idea how long we remained there. The Hulk in seclusion, me an unwilling prisoner, days, months, years, and then one day, who are you? So, my readings were correct. A human has survived. How inconvenient. Inconvenient? What are you talking about? I am a recorder. My base is in the Rigel sector. I have been here for some time, at the request of a number of races, recording the demise of humanity. Recording our demise? Why? Do other races want to learn from our mistakes? No, they just want to make sure you're all dead. All dead? Most sentient beings consider yours to be the most troublesome race. You will not be missed, I am told. All dead. The Kree and Skrulls have actually formed an alliance for the purpose of sponsoring a celebration. It should be quite festive. Are you aware that you're repeating yourself? Oh, yes. Am I the only human alive? That would be implicit in the part about everyone else being dead, yes? This isn't some kind of joke! I know. I wasn't laughing. So, are you going to kill me to make sure? Do you want me to? Do you wish to die? No. You'll change your mind. But your desires at that score are irrelevant, for genocide is outside my function. I merely record. However, my continued presence is not necessary. As of this point, indeed, it might affect the events from here on, and that would be inappropriate. So instead, I will be leaving this vidbot. It will record on my behalf. When it registers your demise, I will retrieve it. Wait! They can't all be dead! There must be something I can do! As a matter of fact, there is. What? What is it? If you should happen to address the vidbot, please enunciate. Your species had a tendency to mumble. Farewell. Just like that. I was alone. He was right, though. I did have to watch my dictation when you're without anyone to talk to. Conversation skills tend to erode. He was right about something else. I changed my mind. I don't know what possessed me. It was a waste of time. I should have known. He'd stop it. I tried to do it without warning him. Not think about it. Just do it. I hate him. Hate Beauty Banner. Tried to kill himself. Stupid Banner. He thinks he can kill Hulk. He thinks he can get away. But Hulk will go on forever. Hulk is strongest one there is. Who is she? She's beautiful. Standing at the far end of a plateau, she's breathtaking. Look at her. She's naked, clothed in flowing brown hair. She looks happy to see me. My God, I can't remember the last time I looked at anyone who's happy to see me, much less a beautiful naked woman. She's not approaching me. It could be a trap of some sort. No, it's not. And even if it is, why should I give a damn at this late date? Every step I take towards her, her beauty seems to grow and blossom, become more pure, more luscious, like an overripe fruit begging to be devoured. And my decrepit state, my appearance, none of it seems to bother her. She wants me. She needs me. Pure green grass is blooming beneath her feet, and the horizon is now the purest blue. And as I draw closer and closer, I feel younger, more buoyant, more alive. And then I'm upon her, and everywhere I am, so is she. And I feel heat building within me. And then she whispers in my ear, we will repopulate the world. We will be Adam and Eve. No, even better, we will be gods. Gods! The woman! Gone. The green grass! Gone. The blue sky, all vanishing inside the twilight mist of unreality. But the heat is still here. I can feel it. The heat in my chest. Dull, constricting, like a vice, like fire. Fire? Gods? Of course! I understand now! I've been blind. How could I have been so blind? Banner? What is Beauty Banner doing? Banner's trying to hurt Hulk. Something is going on with Banner. Never should have. kept Puny Banner around. Don't know why. Why Hulk did. Stupid. Hulk is strongest, but not smartest. Hulk never need to be smart. Smart is Puny Banner, weak and Banner. Weak Banner. Don't want to be smart like Banner. Don't want to be anything like Banner. Hulk won't let him hurt Hulk anymore. Why did Hulk let him stay? Hulk must crush him like Bug. Must! I've been feeling pain on and off for 2 days. Didn't think anything of it. But now it's growing. Perhaps the Hulk's body can go on forever, but this one can't. The grips of fire across my chest, and I've realized it. It all makes sense now. In Greek mythology, Prometheus, the legendary Titan, created mankind from the clay. But Prometheus felt that Zeus, king of the gods, hurler of lightning bolts, treated his creation badly. So to make up for it, Prometheus introduced humanity to fire. Fire from which flowed man's technology and scientific advancements. Furious over the Titan's actions, the gods punished mankind by unleashing the evils of Pandora's box. As for Prometheus, they chained him to a mountain peak in the Caucasus, there to be endlessly devoured by carrion eaters, his innards plucked out, his flesh torn away. Prometheus left to rise in agony as they consumed him bit by bit. Banner, thinking too much. Puny Banner must stop him. And whatever was eaten would always grow back. His body would heal itself, good as new, so that the process would begin all over again. And the Hulk is the living symbol of the atomic age. The atomic age, Frankenstein, they called him. The atomic age, Jekyll and Hyde, the atomic age, which brought fire and terrible, terrible knowledge to mankind. A knowledge for which the final terrible price was oblivion. When the Hulk first strode the earth, God in heaven, there were giants in those days. Thor and Hercules and Giant Man and Captain America, Fantastic Four and Spider-Man and all of them, on and on. More than mortal. They were each in their own ways titans. Some of them, like the X-Men, even owned their existence on a genetic level to radiation. Shut up, Banner! Stop your puny talking! Stop making chest hurt! What is Banner's plan? And yes, Banner's trying to hurt Hulk, destroy Hulk one final time, but Hulk will stop him! But they're all gone now. Gone. Along with mankind. Gone because the ghastly knowledge that came from the creation of the atomic bomb. But the Hulk was spared and was spawned in the heart of a nuclear blast that made him first among the Titans, first and last. Someone has to pay for that knowledge. Someone has to continue to be punished because there are some crimes that are simply so awful, so beyond forgiveness that punishment must continue to be exacted. That's what hell is for, after all. Hell on earth. The Hulk is heir to Prometheus, the living symbol of nuclear fire, to be devoured over and over again, but always able to rise up and be consumed once more. The last Titan. But Prometheus was eventually shown mercy, freed, and now I haven't been given that same chance at mercy because my body's failing. And if he lets me go, it'll be over. The suffering, our suffering will finally be over. Better trying to trick Hulk. Hulk will change. Hulk will come out. We'll stop. I'm on the brink. I believe. Yes, it's so perfect. The fire in my chest is building like a lover. Can't move. There. I can see them just ahead. I thought I'd forgotten them, but no, they're just as I remembered. Every line on their faces, every curve of their bodies. Betty, Rick, Marlo, my God, Jim Wilson and Jarella, you're there, and Mom. I never thought I'd see you all of you. Hulk, let it go. Look and let me go. Look at them. Hulk sees nothing except stupid trick by Puny Banner. Hulk will come out now. Stop pain and chest. Stop. Hulk, don't, please. I'm almost there. You could come with me. It will be wonderful. All your friends will be there, and there will be peace. Please. Hulk doesn't want friends. Hulk, God in heaven, listen to me. No, for years, forever, Hulk has listened to Banner and Banner's friends talking about Hulk ruined Banner's life. Hulk made Banner's life. Banner was nothing before Hulk. Nothing. It'll be different, Hulk. You'll have peace. Friends. Hulk doesn't want friends because friends will hurt him. Everyone hurts him. Everyone hurts Hulk. Hulk, for once, see the world without anger. See not what is, but what could be. See the place where we can get. See this place of peace. Hulk, just can't think. Hulk, Don't do it. Let me go. Let us go. Please. No, Hulk won't let it happen. Hulk doesn't want friends. Hulk doesn't want to be with anybody because Hulk just wants to be left alone. Banner is gone now. Got rid of him last night. Banner tried to make Hulk die, but Hulk was too smart. Hulk was too strong. Hulk will never let Banner come back because if Hulk ever does, then Hulk would die. And Hulk does not ever want to die. Not ever! Because then everyone who kept trying to kill Hulk will win. And Hulk can't ever let them win. Even though they are gone, Hulk must still win. Hulk must never lose. Hulk will even find a way to beat Bug someday. And Hulk doesn't miss Banner at all. Hulk is happy to be alone. Yes, Hulk is happy. Hulk never needed Banner. Never needed any of them. Because if Hulk needed someone, then Hulk would be weak. And Hulk must never be weak. Because Hulk is strongest one there is. Hulk is only one there is. Only one there is. Hulk feels cold.
Wow. What an
I
ending.
love that.
What an ending.
Yep. And notice at the beginning he said Hulk doesn't feel.
Yeah, and now he feels cold.
So what did you think about all that?
Oh, I love this story. It's kind of cool seeing someone deal with being the last being on Earth. Well, the last two beings technically in this case. But it is kind of cool seeing like Hulk realize, oh no, I actually did need Banner.
Exactly. But yet at the same time feels like, nope, not going to be weak. Not going to be weak. It's like, this is Hulk. Again, that's what I love about what Peter David did. Hulk psyche.
Mm-hmm.
And when you really think about it, this is a Hulk pushed to the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And as Bruce even said, drinking all that radioactive water changed Hulk. But you know what? He didn't go any further than that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that made Hulk even more childish.
Yeah.
What did you, and besides the art, from the story perspective, what did you like best?
Probably the reflection of like what went, because it's heavily implied that the world was wiped out by nukes, which makes sense in the Hulk story that it would be nukes.
Obviously.
And it's actually really cool. I think it's one of the best.
It's at the standard that I don't think many of the Zeons ever matched.
No, they were never this good.
No, some came close. I think the
I
Iron
love
Man
the
one,
recorder being very like unintentionally sarcastic about the Earth, about him being the only one left.
and they say the Krees and the Skrulls join the Allies together to celebrate.
Well, yeah, because how many times have the Avengers screwed up the Kree and Skrulls plans?
And to be fair, also technically, you know what I like to think of? This is the recorder that's hung out with Hercules in the Bob Layton stuff, because that's supposed to be said in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I like to think. But I felt bad for Banner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but what do you think about the Prometheus parallel?
Yeah, I figured they were going to do that when they were talking about Last Titans, and I'm like, okay, that's actually really cool how that kind of works.
And yeah, especially when you realize about the bugs devouring. Yeah, it's like the vultures.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the artwork is just so good.
Yeah, it is.
But and then Hulk. This is one of those cases where I just don't care for Hulk, how he is here.
He's a little bit too like he is
Too
childish.
much. Yeah, exactly. And this is why, and I do always like the multiple personalities. That's why I keep saying Green Scar is my favorite, because that is the only smart Hulk where it's purely Hulk, not Banner.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's rare. You rarely get one where he's smart and it's not Banner in the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Banner Hulk and Professor Hulk both fall under that. But this one, here's the question. Do you think Hulk died in this moment, or do you think it's just inevitable?
It's inevitable. Eventually he will die.
He has to turn back to Bruce, which will be a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this whole bit about like he's finally alone. It's like he finally got what he wanted. And now he's realizing.
And then he's like, you never know how good you had it until it's gone.
Even with Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce, Hulk thought oh no, Bruce is bad, but it's like now he's already realizing all too late. Oh. But obviously, though, Bruce obviously couldn't pass on now. He's dead, but with his body being dead, he can't pass on.
Yeah.
At least I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
But no, he's like, Hulk can't see it. So as far as he thinks, it's a stupid trick.
Yeah.
I love that. You know what I mean? Hulk thinks nothing. Of course he can't see it. And look, there's Jen back there and all that. Just, again, so good.
Yeah, I dug it. It's really
10
fun.
out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
This is a definite. And by the way, Jim Wilson, that's the guy who died of AIDS.
Okay.
That was the one that wanted Bruce to give him a blood transfusion, but of course, Bruce is like, no. And even then, like, look what happened to Jen. Yeah, Jen became She-Hulk, but that was like a lucky break. He's had more villains who's utilized the gamma stuff becoming monstrous, that he didn't want to take that risk. And I thought, even if it could have killed him too.
Because isn't it kind of implied that's like Bruce's DNA? It's why he moderately survived, and that kind of translates kind of to why Jen survived getting the blood transfusion, because it's like same like genes.
That's more from the Hulk movie of it being in the genes. Because anyone with gamma radiation, that's how you got Abomination. That's how you got A-Bomb. That's how you got the Leader.
That makes sense.
None of them have the genes. But yeah, overall, just gold standard for a ending story. Although I gotta say, further proof that Marvel just has the shittiest futures.
Yeah, they always have the worst. I love, so they would describe it, so that there was this list, I think it was CBR, talking about the worst things that ever happened to the X-Men, and one of the notes was the future. Yes, that's right, the entire future.
Unfortunately, with Marvel, like more than DC. DC has more optimistic futures compared to Marvel.
Compared to Marvel, yes.
Marvel's always a case of a shitty future and everything. This is right up there.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, I look at it this way. This and what we'll be covering next time are kind of opposite, like similar but different. This is a case where Hulk survived, but humanity did not. The next one we'll be going over is where he survived and others survived. But we'll be seeing that as we go over that next time, as we'll go over Future Imperfect next. See you guys then. Take care.